Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of January 2017, and we're asking the question, why is it, with all the doom and gloom merchants predicting global economic collapse, the PMI data for the world's major economies is on the rise? For reference, PMI is an indicator of the economic health of the manufacturing sector. It is based on 5 major indicators: new orders, inventory levels, production, supply deliveries, and the employment environment. It is reported today that businesses across the Eurozone ended 2016 by ramping up activity at the fastest pace for 5.5 years, as a weaker currency boosted demand for their goods and services in December. IHS Markit's final composite Purchasing Managers Index, or PMI, for the Eurozone rose to 54.4 in December from November's 53.9, which itself was the highest level since May 2011. Chris Williamson, chief business economist at IHS Markit, commented, quote, "Manufacturers, and to a lesser extent, service sector companies are benefiting from the weaker euro, which is both boosting goods exports and encouraging demand for services exports, such as tourism," unquote. He also added that the data points to fourth quarter economic growth of 0.4%, which is in line with the prediction in a Reuters poll last month. In the United States, the Institute for Supply Management's manufacturing PMI rose to 54.7 in December of 2016 from 53.2 in November, beating market expectations of 53.6. It is the highest reading since December of 2014, as new orders, production and employment all registered new highs for the year. In the United Kingdom, activity in Britain's construction sector expanded at the fastest rate in 9 months in December, boosted by more house building, but sterling's weakness drove the biggest rise in costs in over 5 years. The market's CIPS Purchasing Managers Index PMI rose to 54.2 in December, its strongest since March and well ahead of expectations predicted in a Reuters poll for it to hold steady at November's reading of 52.8. Britain looks to have been one of the strongest performing advanced economies last year, but most economists predict a slowdown in growth to 1.1% this year, from double that in 2016, as inflation climbs. In China, the Caixin manufacturing PMI rose to 51.9 in December of 2016 from 50.9 in November, beating market consensus of 50.7. It was the 6th straight month of growth and the highest reading since January 2013, as output and new orders both hit multi-year highs, while new export orders remained unchanged. In December, output rose the most in 71 months, while new orders increased at the fastest pace since July 2014. Now, of course, the data may be wrong. Perhaps fake news is being broadcast. Or could it possibly be the case that things are slowly starting to improve? Whether one believes the underlying data to be accurate or not, the trend is certainly clear, an improving one, as the data metrics calculations have not changed for some time, and so watching the trend as opposed to the figures present a relatively clear picture. That said, inflation is beginning to rise because of weaker currencies, and cost-push inflation takes a little time to work through the system. We're not saying for one moment the economic news is great. However, we're also not saying it's anywhere near as terrible as some make it out to be. Yes, if you are unemployed or disabled, you are suffering. Yes, if you live in the wrong state, you are suffering. Yes, if you're working in a low-paid, unskilled job, you are probably suffering. But this has always been the case, regardless of which area of the world you live in. There are debt problems to contend with. There are political problems on the horizon. And there are currency issues to worry about. However, at least for now, the PMI trajectory is upwards and suggests improvement. This is likely to be better for silver than for gold, should we witness a rise in industrial usage. Much can happen to derail any progress, but we most certainly do not believe the Armageddon warnings that are being pumped out right now, as they are at the start of every year that we can recall. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumb up and share it on Twitter. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe as a free member for regular email updates and offers. Our Facebook page, which is updated daily, can be found at facebook.com/illuminatisilver. Disclaimer. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.